So every year after Christmas, I am ready for all of this red decor to come down, but I still want to acknowledge these cozy winter months. So I love leaving up like the silver and white elegant looking decor. But in this video, I wanted to bring you some new DIY ideas so that you can still work on some really fun projects while we're all stuck in on chilly days, and make some beautiful projects for your home that you can leave out all winter. These are really budget friendly and turned out really elegant and nice looking, so I know you guys are going to love them. Please hit the thumbs up button, it really helps me out here on YouTube. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on in the video, but let's go ahead and jump on into the crafts. I have held on to this little glass shadow box that has no backing for a few months now, not knowing what to do with it. But whenever I was making today's projects, I thought it would go perfect for this project. I almost want it to look like a little snowy window, but being more of like a little sign. So the first thing I had to do was get rid of the relax word on there. So I'm just scratching this off with a scraper, but a razor blade works nice. I've also heard that nail polish works, but I tested it on the residue on this and it wasn't pulling it off. So I just had to scratch the excess off. So you'll have to test that, I guess, on each individual sign that you try. Also, my table is a little bit wobbly in this video because I am using a fold out table instead of my normal crafting table, because mine is kind of getting moved back into my new craft room and it's just piled up right now. So this is what I'm having to use for today. But for this project, it is super simple using Dollar Tree silver letters. They have a ton of different options. I spelled out baby, it's cold outside. I am just brushing a feathery little patch of paint on the back so that the lettering does pop off of this, and I do go ahead and do a few coats of that so it is like a nice solid white piece. And then for the edging, I knew I wanted it to look like this little sign or window was snowy, so I'm dabbing on a ton of Mod Podge and then sprinkling on this mixture of the Epsom salt with some of Dollar Tree's glitter. I poured out the excess of the glitter and shook it off, and then these are Hobby Lobby stickers, but Dollar Tree has out little wooden snowflakes that you also could glue to the front, but these are little foam glittery stickers, and I just placed these all over the sign around the lettering, and I feel like it really gave it extra detail. I love how this is like muted tones, lots of whites and silver and glitter, but it's also kind of mostly white, so I think it turned out really cute and just a really fun piece that pops off of the green and leftover little branches that we used at Christmas. The next project I'm making is going to be a neat little unique icy little plate scenic little wintry scenic piece. My mom actually thought it would be a really cute idea to take one of Dollar Tree's little mirrors and make like a little ice skating rink with the little people, and I thought that was such a cool idea that I had to try. The only thing is I didn't have any little people that looked like ice skaters. I had some boys having a snowball fight, which would work really cute, but as far as the little village people, all I had really was Santas and snowmen, and I felt like that was more towards Christmas, obviously, instead of being more in this video of wintry decor. So for this project, I kind of turned it into more of just like a little wintry scenery piece, which turned out really cute. I hot glued a circle mirror, the little candle plate mirror, on a larger glass candle plate. I did a couple of coats of the Mod Podge just to give the mirror more of like a muted matte finish so it wasn't super shiny and reflective. And then I ended up mixing in a tiny bit of white paint so that it was a little bit milky looking and you couldn't see through the glass because it still was very reflective with a couple layers of Mod Podge. And then I sprinkled on some more of that same mixture to make it look like snow and ice. And then I'm gluing on some of Dollar Tree's little accessories like the tiny trees. I picked up the tiny truck from Hobby Lobby, and then I have these leftover wooden houses from Target Dollar Spot. I am in love with how this is coming together. I felt like it really made that house pop. It needed that little snow on the roof to go with this. I raised it up a little bit using some of the Dollar Tree wooden blocks, but I think this is too stinking cute. I just love this piece so much. Next up, I wanted to make a super simple DIY in case you didn't have any of the fancy little pieces like from Dollar Tree or finding the little trucks and stuff. But this is just a super simple little $1 hurricane candle lantern or whatever they're called. And I taped it off in a few places to give it some chunky little paint dipped looking places on it. And this gives it a ton of detail and makes it look like a really nice piece. So I know it's hard to kind of tell where I placed the tape right now and what I'm doing, but I wanted a big chunk of paint at the bottom and then a little rim of the coordinating paint around the top. I know that if you paint over painter's tape with Mod Podge first, you get a cleaner cut. I didn't take the time to do that. I wish I would have. So some of my paint bled. So after I pulled off my paint and let it dry, I scratched some of it off so it was all even with a little tracing tool. Like I said, I'm going with a lot of muted tones, but also pops of this natural wood. I think it is so gorgeous with the woodsy look. I picked up a set of ornaments from Target Dollar Spot that had this little tree, but I know Dollar Tree sells DIY stickers that comes with the little wooden tree. You could use any of those wooden pieces to dangle off of the front of this. I hot glued it by its little jute twine that was already on there, and then I took a piece of greenery to glue over the top to give it that pop of little winter look, and then I felt like it needed a tad bit more of snow, so I'm adding some hot glue on top of those branches and sprinkling on a little bit more of the snow. This gives it a nice 3D like chunky look, but I think just how simple and inexpensive this was. You just get gorgeous pieces, and putting these around your home definitely screams winter. Next up, I wanted to create a cute little winter circle. I made a little circle sign for fall and Christmas that was perfect to go kind of in my little hallway on a set of hooks. So I knew I had to go ahead and make something that after I put the Christmas one away that I could hang it right back. I'm using an ornament. I do go ahead and lay a second ornament on top so I can round it off by using a razor knife and cut off that top little ornament piece because I do just want this to look like a circle. I'm taking mineral chalk paint and painting over this, not perfect because I do want some of that darker wood color to shine through, and then after that dries I take a piece of sandpaper to it just to make it look really textured and more weathered. I'm using this gorgeous plaid ribbon. This is from Walmart, but I think it just screams winter. I feel like it's all cozy and looks like a sweater or a plaid shirt. I am making a double bow, tying that in the center, and then I'll be adding that to the top. I wanted to write the words "Let It Snow," but I want it to really pop off of there with some different tones and colors in there. So I'm using some painter's tape to use as a guide and create some little stripes, different colors, so that the little letters and words that I write will have a nice background. I originally thought I was going to use stickers for the entire thing, but I ended up using stickers for the Let It's, and then I didn't have any large stickers that I felt went right on this sign, so I am freehanding the word snow and then painting over that with a tiny little brush and some chalk paint. This always brings back the memories of hand painting tons of signs to sell at craft shows. And as much as I don't love using my handwriting, I feel like just putting one word with like some different font stickers kind of camouflages it in rather than if I would have wrote the entire thing. But I think it turned out pretty good. I added a little wooden snowflake to the side, and I feel like all the colors are just going so well together. There's lots of neutrals, but lots of grays. It's tying everything in. And then I had some Hobby Lobby garland that I knew I was going to cut up in piece for different projects, so that just worked perfect for a hanger. But if you don't want to spend the extra on a garland, I did get this on sale, so it was around $7 for the garland, but I will use that on a ton of different projects. But you could always just use nautical rope or just a jute string hanger. I hope you guys are enjoying these fun, wintry, cozy crafts. Let me know in the comments down below which one is turning out to be your favorite so far. But I do want to take a second to tell you a little bit more about Skillshare and thank them for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is a learning community online. If you've never heard of them, they have thousands of classes that are for like creative, curious people just like ourselves. I am always trying to up my game, whether that is trying to learn more about the editing process or photography or even like crafting in general. Skillshare also offers a lot of art classes, which are really fun to take. Those are my favorite. But whether you are learning something new or brushing up on an old hobby, Skillshare definitely has something for everyone. Most classes are short and around 60 minutes or less, so definitely easy to fit into anyone's schedule. I love watching all of the hands-on crafting videos like this one called Twine Wrapped Glitter Soy Candles, which is all about candle making by Callie Mac Design. It is a relaxing video, but very informative and easy to follow. I'll put a link in the description down below, so under this video, if you hit the little arrow box, there will be a link, and for the first 1,000 of my subscribers that go and click that link down below, you can receive a free premium membership, and you can start creating today. I really think you all would gain a lot from these Skillshare classes. I always love doing them, and no matter what 2021 brings, we can just spend it creating something meaningful alongside of these Skillshare classes. So make sure you go check out that link in the description box, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into more DIYs. A super simple project. I am just spicing up these little snow globes that I found at Dollar Tree. I just felt like the snowflakes were off center and they just weren't super detailed. They are adorable as is, and you could fix these up, but I'm just showing you a different way that I ended up using them. I started by removing the lids and removing the snowflakes that came in there and setting them to the side. I go ahead and paint both lids with a chalk paint. That way it makes it more of a matte and they will match. I knew I didn't want to just tape the string to the top because I would end up like they did and the item would go to the edge. So I decided to add it in between two blocks, and that would hold it securely right in the center. I am using another one of those white trucks that came in the pack from Hobby Lobby. I feel like that is the perfect little wintry truck, and it's all glittery and just it worked out perfect. And then I thought it would be fun to kind of press these two snowflakes together, so I glued them with hot glue and go ahead and let them dangle, and that like brings in, I felt like the white snowflake was kind of getting lost in the jar, so that kind of like brings it in more color and detail, and I just love so much more how this turned out. I set little tea lights down in there, and I am lighting these up later to show you guys what they look like, but I would feel more comfortable if they were like battery powered LEDs, so I'll probably trade mine out for those. But I thought they were really pretty, and I wanted to show you guys what they look like all lit up. I added in a little burlap bow to the front to give them extra detail. I feel like these were perfect to upgrade and just look so beautiful. I love the little truck one.